Hey, what's up YouTube? My name is Henry Vernon from ACC Driving School. I'm gonna ask you guys to please watch the video to the end. I get a lot of people watch like a minute or so of the video and then jump into the comments to ask questions. I don't mind answering questions. I would just prefer if you watch the video first and then ask me questions about things that you have seen in the video. Alright? Thank you very much for that. Now, let's get into the actual driving test. The examiners will, at some point, ask you if you're parked facing uphill, what direction do you turn the steering wheel? The answer is left away from the curb. Okay? And then they'll say, what else do you do? You put the car in park, you pull up the parking brake, and you turn off the ignition. Again, if you are parked facing uphill, what direction do you turn the steering wheel? Answer, left away from the curb. People are asking me about if they ask you about down. If they ask you about downhill, then the answer is right towards the curb. Chances are they will not ask you that, so let's get past that. Now, they'll ask you to do your turn signal. Signal left, signal right, blow the horn, press and release the brake. They're checking to make sure that the brake lights are working, the horn is working, the turn signal lights are working. They will not take you out in a car if any of those things are not working. Then they will ask you to turn the steering wheel all the way to the left. They're checking your left front tire. If it's not working, if the tire is not good, they will not take you out in it. Checking your right front tire, same thing, they're checking the tire. If the tire is bald or it's in bad shape, they will not take you out in the car. Once you're done with that, by the way, make sure you straighten it. Scion, this is a Scion, so you want to see Scion 2 times in the upright position from extreme left or right. So that was 1, then we go 2. Okay, another thing that they're checking to make sure that your door locks are working. If the lock is not, if they can't open the door from the inside to get out in case of an emergency, they will not come into the car. So basically your car have to be in semi-decent shape, right? Alright, so now once we're done with all of that, the examiner will come into the car and they'll proceed to tell you to just listen and follow instruction. They'll tell you like there are no tricks in the test. Just listen and follow instruction. Alright, so they're going to say, at this location, they're going to say reverse and go to the right. So let's do that. They don't want you looking at the mirrors. No mirror, no camera. This car has the camera, we can't use the camera. So you look behind, you look this way, you look that way, and you roll out of the parking space until the mirror is at the end of the line like that. Then you turn the steering wheel all the way to the right, and look behind you as you roll back. Okay, now put the car back in drive, and we're gonna drive all the way down to the end of this parking lot, and we're gonna make a left turn. So speed limit here, by the way, in any driving test in South Florida, because they're all done in parking lots, you can't do more than 10 to 15 miles per hour. 15 is actually fast, so 10 miles per hour. Alright, so we're gonna come down to the stop sign, make a left turn, make sure you go into your right lane right here, and then you're making another left turn immediately almost. So you signal left, make sure it's clear, no cars are coming, stay on your right side here, and then you're going to park into the left lane. There's a cones right here, you're gonna park in between the cones. You're gonna pull up, make sure your mirror is lined up with the first set of cones on the left side, and you're going to turn your steering wheel all the way to the left. As you get to the middle, you straighten the wheel and you pull straight in. And if you follow those instructions, that will be perfect. It's always perfect if you follow my instructions. Now we're gonna roll back until the mirror is past the cone. See, the cone is right here. When your mirror here is past it, you turn all the way to the left because you're going to the right. They're gonna say reverse and go to the right. So you look behind you and you back up like that. Now put the car back in drive and you straighten up in the right lane. We're gonna go all the way down to the end of this parking lot again to a stop sign, and then we're going to make a left turn. They're gonna say make a left turn down here, so you put on your turn signal about 100 feet before. Now keep in mind, if you don't use your turn signal, you will lose 4 points for each time that you don't use your turn signal. You are allowed to get up to 30 negative points and still pass your test, but you know, you don't want to lose points for not signaling, so please make sure you signal. All right, now we're gonna go to the left here and we're gonna make the second left turn. They're gonna say make the second left. Make sure you're in your right lane, signal left, and we're going to turn into the right lane. Remember, I keep emphasizing the right lane because you must drive on the right side of the road. If you do not drive on the right, you will fail the driving test, okay? So they'll tell you to stop as soon as you come around the corner. Next thing they're gonna ask you to do is to speed up to 20 and do a sudden stop. So let's do that. And stop. Like that. Sudden stop, okay? Then they will ask you, they'll tell you basically to look behind. They won't tell you to look behind, but they'll tell you to reverse in a straight line. So you must look behind and roll straight back. Try to keep the wheel as straight as possible and roll straight back until they tell you to stop. So here they'll say stop at this point, and then the next thing they'll tell you to do is the 3-point turn. So you're gonna pull forward, you're gonna signal left, and you're going to make sure you're closer to the right side so you have a lot more room to turn all the way to the left, and you're going to stop like right here before you go into the parking space on that side. Put it in reverse, turn all the way to the right, look over your left shoulder, and you're gonna reverse, and you're gonna stop before you go into the parking space, right? Put the car back in drive, signal left, turn all the way left. So that is the 3-point turn. You're gonna turn all the way left, all the way right, all the way left, all right? Then we're gonna come down to this stop sign and we're going to make a right turn. So we're gonna come to a complete stop. There's no stop signs here, but it's written on the road itself. So you make sure you come to a complete stop. Go up a little bit more until your mirror is past the curb, then turn right. And then they'll say make a right turn again. So you signal again. Make sure your mirror is past the curb before you turn, so your back wheel will clear the curb. All right? Once you're here, they'll ask you to park anywhere. Maybe, you know, not necessarily where you started, but in this general area. And you will turn in and park. And that will be the end of the driving test. Now, the driving test is similar at all locations. Everything that we just did will be on the driving test at any location that you do it. The only difference is it's a different parking lot, so you'll probably make different lefts and rights and whatever, and you will probably have, you know, a different examiner. This is one location, but the point is the same thing that they do here, you will have to do at any location that you take the Florida driving test. All right. So again, please like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'm like 18,100 subscribers now. I keep saying I should have 50,000, but I'm grateful for 18,000, right? So continue to support the channel and help me to get it to 50,000, all right? Thank you, and I'll see you on the next video.